And we're going to begin with breaking news tonight, folks. A man is dead after a police officer in the city of Aragon shot him. This is according to GBI. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. Aragon is in Polk County, which is about an hour drive northwest of Atlanta. Right now, the GBI is still out there on the scene, and that's where we find our Paola Lasuro live this evening. Paola, this new information coming in just the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, Jennifer, within the last half hour, we learned that a 30-year-old man has died and no officers were injured. Investigators were really focusing on this White House here behind me, but within the last 10 minutes or so, they've left the scene. So I want to show you a little bit of video of what it looked like earlier tonight. Here's what we know so far. The Aragon Police Department has asked the GBI to come here and investigate after a police officer responded to a call here on Walnut Street of a person threatening suicide. Now, the GBI says the man was at the door with a gun threatening to shoot himself. The officer asked him to put the gun down, and the man pointed it at the officer instead. That's when the officer fired multiple times. Now, this all started at 6 o'clock today, but for about 5 hours tonight, Polk County police cars blocked this road. Investigators were really looking into what happened. We even saw a couple of neighbors earlier peeking around to see what took place here. Although they didn't want to talk to us, everyone seemed curious as to what happened out here. Of course, we did too. And just to put it into perspective, this is the 8th officer involved shooting that the GBI has looked into since the start of this year alone. Since the start of 2022, it's also the 3rd officer involved shooting in the past 3 days that the GBI has been looking into. So that kind of gives you a perspective into how many of these we have been seeing. But again, as for this one, the 30-year-old man has died and no officers were injured. Ron?
Okay, Paula, live for us in Polk County. Thanks a lot for the update.